Hello everyone, and welcome to today's discussion, which will be spotlighting digital tools that are driving renewable energy success. I'm Ashley Turan-Ord, your host for today's event, which is brought to you in partnership with Smart Energy International and SiteTracker. The renewable energy sector is at the forefront of leveraging digital transformation to expedite project development, construction, and maintenance. According to recent industry reports, digital transformation can lead to a 20 to 30% increase in project efficiency and a 15 to 25% reduction in overall project costs. These advances are crucial in an industry expected to grow by over 50% in the next decade. Today, we've invited two expert guests to share their story with us. And it is my pleasure to introduce our first guest and moderator for today's session, Michael Roach, Global Product Lead at SiteTracker. With a focus on delivering consistent and valuable experiences, Michael drives product success across the wireless digital infrastructure, clean energy, and utility sectors. Over his 4 years at SiteTracker, Michael has led massive scale rollouts on every continent for some of the largest wireless network providers in the industry. He is passionate about leveraging technology to solve complex problems and is dedicated to enhancing digital infrastructure and clean energy solutions worldwide. But before we get started, I would like to encourage you to get involved and ask your burning questions today. We would love to hear from you. You can send your questions through to us using the Q&A box on the right-hand side of your screen. For those of you who cannot stay for the full duration, or you would like to recap and share this content with your colleagues, we are recording the session, which will be available on demand on www.smart-energy.com. And without any further ado, Michael, the screen is now yours.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As Ashley said, my name is Michael Roach and I lead global product strategy at SiteTracker. It's my pleasure to also introduce Elena Sharikina from BayWa Renewable Energy Power Solutions. In today's session, we're going to dive into a topic that's becoming increasingly critical in our industry. The role of digital transformation is accelerating the development, construction, and management of renewable energy assets. As we all know, the push for sustainable energy solutions is stronger than ever, and utility-scale renewable energy projects are at the heart of this movement. These projects are not just about meeting energy demands, they're also about reducing carbon emissions and paving the way for a cleaner, more sustainable future. However, with the scale and complexity of these projects comes a set of significant challenges. This is where digital transformation steps in, offering innovative tools and platforms that can streamline processes, enhance collaboration, and improve visibility across the entire project lifecycle. At SiteTracker, we've seen firsthand how these advancements can lead to a 30% increase in project efficiency and a reduction in overall costs. These are game changers for our industry. Today, Elena and I will be talking about BayWa RE Power Solutions, which is part of BayWa RE AG. BayWa is a global player in the renewable energy market, specializing in providing sustainable energy solutions and focusing on the development, construction, and operation of renewable energy projects worldwide, including solar, wind, and storage systems. BayWa has harnessed the power of digital tools to scale their operations, optimize resources, and accelerate project timelines. We'll discuss real-world examples, dive into their strategies that have made these successes possible, and look ahead to what the future holds for renewable energy project management in a digitally driven landscape. So without further ado, let's get started. And Elena, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to our conversation.
Thank you for having me today.
All right, so let's dive right in. And Elena, I'm wondering if you can tell me about some of the key challenges that BayWa have faced in managing large-scale renewable energy projects. What were some of the major bottlenecks before you integrated digital solutions?
Certainly, Michael. At BayWa ePower Solutions, we encountered several recurring challenges when managing large-scale renewable energy projects, and These often felt like a bottleneck to efficiency and progress. Our projects involve a diverse range of the stakeholders: developers, contractors, suppliers, local authorities, and customers, often spread across multiple locations. The sheer complexity of keeping everyone aligned with the timelines and expectations was a significant challenge. Miscommunication or misaligned priorities often led to delays that could have been avoided with better coordination tools. And major issue we faced also was the lack of centralized data. Important project information was scattered across multiple formats: Excel sheets, emails, legacy tools, making it nearly impossible to get a clear and unified view of progress.
Right.
For instance, if we wanted to analyze how a delay in the material delivery might affect the overall timeline, it's required a manual effort and guesswork. And and before integrating the digital tools, many of our critical processes like resource planning, financial tracking, or reporting were handled manually. And it wasn't uncommon for our project managers to feel more like a data clerks than strategists. It was not only time consuming, but also prone to errors. In industry where the precision and timelines are crucial, manual process added unnecessary risk. And as the number of our projects we managed grew, these inefficiencies I previously mentioned became harder to handle. It was like trying to use a bicycle to transport truckload of goods. No matter how hard you pedal, you simply cannot keep up. Our traditional tools and methods began to show their limits. We found ourselves spending more time on troubleshooting administrative bottlenecks than focusing on value-driven activities like innovation and strategy.
That sounds quite chaotic, Elena, and it's certainly not the first time I've heard that. So bearing that in mind, how critical was it for you at BayWa Power Solutions to find a solution that could actually address all of these challenges?
It was like we were running a marathon, but with flat tires. We knew we had to fix things fast, or we would end up stuck in the mud. Without the solutions, we were risking late deliveries, budget overruns, and honestly, losing the trust of our stakeholders. And no one wants to hear, sorry, we are still waiting for a spreadsheet from the last month when they are expecting the project to be on time. This not only impacted individual projects, but also hindered strategic decision-making across our portfolio. So finding solutions wasn't just important, it was mission critical.
Yes.
We needed a solution that could bring clarity and efficiency, enabling us to manage complexity without losing our focus on quality and deadlines.
Gotcha. That sounds great. And I'm sure you, in addition to the bottlenecks you already mentioned, there must have been some external factors that were compounding these challenges, regulatory changes, market fluctuations.
Absolutely. External factors significantly amplified the challenges we faced. And as you mentioned, in the renewable energy sector, regulations change frequently and often without much warning. For example, in one project, updated grid connection standard required us to redesign a portion of the system to meet new compliance criteria. This not only delayed the process, but also led to additional cost. Staying ahead meant we had to closely monitor regulatory updates and quickly update our project plans. Another issue we are faced, of course, the material prices fluctuation is a big issue in our business. At one point, the cost of steel nearly doubled due to the global supply disruptions, which directly implicated the construction of wind turbine foundations. And similarly, a sudden surge in the solar panel prices forced us to negotiate supplier contract in the middle of the project. This situation required creative solutions such as sourcing alternative materials or adjusting project timelines to align with more favorable market conditions. And last but not least, the raising demand for renewable energy meant skilled labor and specialized equipment were often in the short supply. Sourcing resources felt like being in the competitive race, requiring us to streamline the process and optimize timelines to mitigate delays.
Right, so it sounds like it's been an easy few years then for you, Elena. Or perhaps not. Yeah, so I'm wondering on that then, how did BayWa Power Solutions actually adapt to these external pressures, and did digital solutions play a role in that adaptation? Is that perhaps from a visibility or a reporting standpoint?
Yeah, we realized early on that to navigate these external pressures effectively, we need better tools to anticipate, adapt, and communicate changes. That's where digital solutions really made a difference. By implementing tools like SiteCheck, we were able to monitor every aspect of our project in the real time. Dashboards provided us with instant updates on timelines, budgets, and resource allocation. This level of visibility helped us respond to changes, whether internal or external, much faster than before. And with automated reporting features, we could generate compliance reports quickly and accurately. For example, biannual and monthly project insurance prolongation forecast. This ensured we stayed ahead of regulatory updates without needing to dedicate entire teams to manual checks.
Nice.
And with a tool like a SiteCheck, we really were able to break down the silos. Nice. Teams that previously struggled with misaligned priorities or duplicated effort started collaborate seamlessly. For example, our sales team, project managers, engineers, and finance all working in the same system. They are sharing updates in the real time. This alignment made it easier also for leadership to facilitate cross-departmental decisions and ensure everyone moved in the same direction, even during high-pressure situations.
That's great. So it sounds like you were really able to collaborate and bring teams together and get that visibility into your pipeline. So with that, how did any of these challenges affect your project timelines and overall project success before you came to SiteTracker and adopted digital tools?
Yeah, before we had digital solutions, project timelines felt like they were more like suggestions rather than firm deadlines. And unfortunately, delays were a part of the package. We were always playing catch-ups, and our success rates, they weren't as high as we would like.
Right.
But after adopting digital solutions, it was like flipping a switch. We reduced delays, got better control over our costs, and became more efficient in meeting deadlines. And for the first time, we could confidently say to our stakeholders, here's exactly where we stand, and we are on track to finish on time. And this kind of transparency was a game changer for us.
Right, and those are some really great insights, Elena, and I think that takes us into a great area of discussion. I'm sure a lot of our attendees today have had similar challenges in rolling out critical infrastructure. So I'd love to hear more about how BayWa Power Solutions has leveraged digital tools to find more success in managing projects, programs, sites, and assets.
Absolutely. For example, we integrated the site tracker to manage our project portfolio for energy projects in the PV area. It gives us real-time visibility on progress, enables us better collaboration across the team, and allows us to track critical milestones efficiently. And this streamlined approach has ensured that we meet deadlines and reduce overhead in tracking process manually.
Right. So have you seen a significant increase in efficiency and reduction in costs as a result of that? And perhaps if you have, and I'm assuming you have, could you maybe talk about some of those tangible benefits that digital tools have brought to the operation?
Yes, the impact has been very noticeable. As for Site Tracker, it has helped us to keep a closer eye on budgets and project timelines, reducing the risk of cost overruns and delays.
Yeah, these are the holy trinity, right? For a project manager, you're thinking about timeline, quality, and budget. So getting control of some of that chaos you were facing before, that must have been really important for you. With that then, has the adoption of digital tools impacted your ability to scale your operations and take on more complexity in your projects?
Yeah, it's made scaling up much smoother. With the tools we adopted, Salesforce and especially Site Tracker, we can handle more projects without needing to increase headcount. The Site Tracker helped us stay on top of very project progress, even when things get more complex. It's like having a full control center for every project, no matter how large or complex, which has given us the confidence to take on bigger challenges without feeling overwhelmed.
That's fantastic, and it sounds like it's been really impactful for the whole of the business. So let's actually dive a bit deeper into the topic of visibility and collaboration. You spoke about that already. It's certainly one of the areas that we've been focusing on at Site Tracker, enhancing that project visibility and communication. I wanted to know how that's actually played out for you at BayWa Power Solutions. Have you seen that improvement in collaboration across teams?
Absolutely. Site Tracker has been a game changer for us. Before we implemented it, we struggled with scattered data, spreadsheets, email, different tools. It was hard to keep everyone on the same page. Now, with everything centralized, we are seeing a huge boost in teamwork. For example, during a solar installation project in Spain, the field team could update progress in real time, and our project managers back in Munich could instantly see it. And this meant we could identify delays and resource shortage early and fix them on the spot. It's not longer about chasing updates. It's about solving problems together. And teams across IT, sales, and operations collaborate better now because they have access to the same information, which has really cut down on back and forth emails and meetings.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the amount of times I speak to our customers and I hear about complex spreadsheets with really complex macros and emails, and I'm not sure how they live like that, to be honest. So it sounds good that
MS Teams charts, WhatsApp, and
right, exactly,
SMS.
exactly. So yeah, so you brought all of that into Site Tracker. You've enhanced your visibility as a result of doing that. So I'm guessing that's improved decision making within teams at all levels, right? It could be with project managers, field crews, and even the executive level as well.
Yeah, decision making has become much more efficient across all levels. For project managers, having dashboards with real-time metrics means they can act proactively instead of reactively. And at the executive level, having a bird's eye view of all projects has been invaluable. During our quarterly reviews, the leadership team uses Site Tracker dashboards and reports to make data-driven decisions about resource allocations and future investments. It's helped us prioritize high-impact projects and avoid spreading ourselves too thin.
Yeah, I really love that. It's great when our customers actually use the dashboard in Site Tracker to run a meeting, right? Because all the data's in the same place. It's got real-time updates as well, so it's not out of date. You've not got people scrambling the day before to actually make these reports and dashboards. So I bet you've got a lot of benefit from that. Of course, we don't all work in silo, right? So BayWa, you must have numerous external partnerships, contractors, suppliers. Have you benefited from increased transparency or collaboration enabled by digital tools such as Site Tracker in that space?
While we haven't not yet fully leveraged partner portals that the great tool of the Site Tracker is, however, we have made noticeable improvements in delivering forecasting for our supply-based project forecast in the Site Tracker, providing more accurate timelines and quantities. And this has enhanced supplier relationships and overall project efficiency.
Right. Yeah. And for the benefit of the audience, I'll explain a bit about partner portals. So as Elena mentioned, that's something that Site Tracker can offer to our customers and our partners to bring everyone together, be that a supplier, a customer, and really access that single source of truth. So I'm sure that BayWa will leverage those in the future and really keep building on their success with Site Tracker. I'd say that BayWa is a first prime example of how to leverage Site Tracker for digital transformation in processes. So we've spoke about the past, which seemed a bit scary. We've spoke about the present, which sounds a lot smoother. You're able to collaborate. You're able to have much more visibility, much more control over the project process. Let's talk about the future. So how do you think digital transformation will continue to shape the industry?
When it comes to digital transformation, BayWa heavily relies on the tools like Site Tracker to streamline project management. This system helps us optimize everything from project development to installation timelines, ensuring resources are used efficiently and data-driven decisions are made.
That's great. And of course, it feels impossible in a session like this to not talk about AI, right? So Let's dive into that a bit, and I'm curious, Elena, how you envision the role of AI and machine learning in the future of renewable energy. At least what's one role the most significant you see it playing? I know there are endless possibilities for AI and machine learning.
Yeah, we see, at BayWa, we see tremendous potential of the AI to revolutionize renewable energy in general and drive operational efficiency. It's likely that the AI will play a major role in transforming renewable energy projects, and especially with a tool like SiteTracker potentially leading the way. SiteTracker could use AI to streamline project management, tracking progress in the real time, and predicting potential delays and risks such as supply chain issue or permitting hurdles. And this might help ensure that renewable energy projects are completed on time and within the budget. Right. And additionally, AI could enhance energy forecasting, predictive maintenance, and optimize energy trading. But the SiteTracker might stand out by improving project efficiency and cutting costs. And in the future, we may even see AI tools like SiteTracker enabling fully automated project management and more seamless integration of renewable energy systems. Saying all this about the future, we are already were introduced to the timelines of the SiteTracker, where several use cases are already in work to be implemented later on the customer side. And on our side, as a customer, we already identified a few use cases that we see SiteTracker as possible AI provider for us. For example, as I previously mentioned, risk management within during the project implementation is a huge thing. And of course, we know our usual risks, but we also are very curious how this system-based risk recognition can provide us additional insights based on the data we already have in our system, but not capable to process it. So once this summer the pilot program is announced, we are happy to step in as a first pilot user to start testing these functions. And also, we are very aware about the Salesforce agent force that is heavily pushed by Salesforce to its customers. And we were in the beginning pretty reserved to this product because we are aware about the products that are promoted by Salesforce, that they require also additional time and effort on the customer side to adapt these products to the specific of the customer. That's why we are very happy to have a SiteTracker as a partner who will be ready soon, as we know, to provide the agent force already adapted to SiteTracker ecosystem. And we as a customer, with very small amount of time and effort, will be able to use it as out of box. And this is this is where we are very optimistic starting using these tools. And to summarize the entire topic, I would say the possibilities of AI in the renewable energy sector are vast. And we are excited to explore how this technology can help us innovate, support the energy transitions, and build a sustainable future.
Right, got you. And I'm certainly excited about that. It's interesting, Elena, you spoke about leveraging AI capabilities out of the box. What do you think the challenges are for like a build versus a buy in leveraging AI capabilities? Do you have a huge team of data scientists ready to roll out AI, or how are you going to bring AI into BayWa Power Solutions operations?
BayWa RI Holding already have a team of data analysts who are involved in different projects, also outside of Salesforce and SiteTracker. So it means, of course, we can rely on their support as well, but we are rather will be happy to be supported by our providers like SiteTracker, who can provide us not only a technology itself, but also the expertise in adapting systems like AI.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and I'm certainly looking forward to rolling out many AI features to both yourselves at BayWa as well as the rest of our customer base. I think it's going to be a game changer for SiteTracker. I think the other thing that I wanted to dive into, we spoke a lot about project management, but I'm keen on how you operate and maintain assets. You mentioned predictive maintenance within your talk just now. I'm wondering how you think AI could maybe help you in predictive maintenance as well.
I think one of the use cases that are lying on the surface is the dispatching of the task for a field service management. So it means it doesn't mean that the AI, at least in the first phases, will replace the person in the dispatcher role, but it will help the people to see efficiencies in the assigning the tasks and creating the plans on one hand, and on the other hand, speaking about the asset maintenance for the field management crews. So once you are on the field and making a quality check, and you have a huge PV site, you need to make some pictures, make videos, and we see the potential of visualization and working with visual data tremendous. So it may help people to do, I would say, one picture, and the system will recognize what is on the picture, create probably short description or naming the picture, and filing them in the system in the right order and on the right place. And also providing the colleagues on the field recommendations on recognizing some snags or damages on the construction, and saving huge so much time on the field by typing it manually into the system, especially when it's cold and you are having your cell phone or iPad and freezing. So partly or completely the AI can take over this operational part.
Yeah, you're reminding me of a very recent field visit there with the pouring rain and the iPad out in the field. So getting home right, and also having an efficient route for work is going to be a game changer for a lot of our customers and end users of SiteTracker. You were speaking a bit about the maintenance of assets, and I almost think about the maintenance of assets is really important. One, in terms of we're rolling out assets in order to bring more sustainable energy, but then once the asset is in place, we've actually got to have energy security, right? We can't have assets going down. And I saw a question come in about blockchain technology. The way I think about blockchain technology, and I'm curious for your thoughts, Elena, is it's not necessarily about the exact technology, but it's more this idea of safety and security in the assets, but also in the digital tools that you're using. I'm curious how much you trust SiteTracker and Salesforce, and how much security in your digital tools has played a role in your rollout.
Security in general, it's a big issue for all companies, especially for the bigger companies and for those who are involved in such critical economy, like energy economy, and supplying the energy to the end users. And I think this will help us to make this to ensure that our energy supply doesn't experience any breakdowns or delays. And we also can establish us BayWa RE as a secure partner for our industry customers, speaking about the IPP as an independent power provider, and for our industry customers for whom we are preparing PPA contracts. So it will have a significant role in the future for us, and we are very excited about it, what comes to us.
Yeah, that sounds really great. And yeah, I'm curious, just in general about bit more on project risk, really. You mentioned that you're excited to think about project risk with Site Tracker. What's the impact of unknown project risks right now? I'm assuming you might have an idea of project risk. You spoke about how these risks were probably hanging out in spreadsheets or loose emails or loose Teams chats and such. Of course, we like to think we can track project risk with Site Tracker right now, but we know there's some way to go, and that's why we're bringing AI into the conversation. How do you feel about project risks now, and how do you feel we're going to be able to improve project risk management within BayWa?
I can speak. I'm going to start from the recent past, where the Site Tracker wasn't in place, and we had two teams, sales and project management team. On the sales side, while the project acquisition, we created our risk assessment, one Excel sheet, to be able to calculate our project designs and project investment models. So, and this risk assessment was the part of our final project price. Later on, our project managers created another Excel sheet on demand of our financial tool, where they listed all the potential risks, financial, technical, market specific risk or customer risks, to provide this overview to our financial teams. So it was two silos who did almost the same things and listed almost the same risk, but didn't really speak to each other. With introducing the Site Tracker, we were able in the first step to make this job once on the sales side, where the project manager already could see the standard risk and add a very specific customer or this project specific risk. I don't know if the customer has a financial insecurities, or if a rooftop we are aiming to build our PV plant on won't be ready on time, or we have heavy weather changes that we need to postpone our construction. So but all this risk can influence our financial results. And this risk, of course, we can identify by ourselves, but speaking about the number of our project, we have multiple projects, really hundreds of the projects, but it's often not possible to make a review of these projects and go through the project and see, okay, what kind of similarities this project is showing in context of risk, and extend our risk portfolio with the new risk probably we didn't really see during the operations. And I see the risk recognition from the Site Tracker as a tool that will learn from our projects and provide us with the new ideas, what kind of unrecognized risk we already might to have in the past. We didn't incur, but might incur in the future in other projects, and create this project risk in the new project. And what is also might be good to inform the project manager about a potential risk that the system recognized and added into the project risk assessment. And later on, the human project manager can deal with this risk, potential risk, and evaluate it if it's a real risk for the specific project, or it's nice to have or nice to know, but not really relevant for this specific project. We have so much data in the system, and we need have to take use of it. And AI might be the tool that help us to handle this topic.
I want to go a bit more into that, but before we do, Elena, I actually want to give an ask to the audience. Perhaps some of the audience are already users of Site Tracker, perhaps other digital tools, or perhaps Teams, Excel, the whole mishmash of tools that we've got.
Yeah.
And you spoke about it in the main part of the webinar, but we also spoke about it just now, about that level of complexity. So my question to those of you who are in the audience today, how are you managing that project complexity today, and what challenges do you all face by virtue of either having no digital tools, some digital tools, they may be outdated, and so on and so forth. But you mentioned your data and how you've got to use the data, right, for it to be actually valuable. So we spoke about agent force and how that's going to allow you to have a conversation with your data. That sounds like it could be a game changer for you all at BayWa Power Solutions.
Yes, we see it also as a possible support assistance for our project management to get guidelines of probably what is missing in my project on the data, because you know, over the time we extended our project overview with tremendous number of fields, and the project manager not very often have overview which information is essential. Okay, in case if it's mandatory, you cannot avoid it, but still we give our colleagues room, quite a bit of flexibility to add available data in time when the data is available, but without prohibiting them to move forward with the project. And in case of agent force, the system can advise the people in a very natural, human-like way what kind of data are missing, and probably making a suggestion, hey, you have a project XYZ, it's very similar on the technical level to the project 1, 2, 3, and we identified this information in the project. Would you like to me to add this information into your current project? Yes or no? So at least 10 to 20 minutes already save time. This one, and also probably what we also might be interesting in to providing the advices how to move forward with the project, or make a forecast on the financial part. If, for example, a project manager need to adjust the project plan, the system can give already some tips that probably the budget will change. Pay attention to it. Or probably a very critical milestone won't be achieved on the time, and this milestone is the part of our contract where we are have some duties towards our customer. So because often a human might be very overwhelmed being working within the cloud, and if we are able to reduce this degree of complexity, I think the agent force will be the very natural way how we can make life for our project managers and sales team easier.
Yeah, right. And it's as you say, it's about working with your data in that very natural way, right? Not making it all about becoming an AI expert. It's I think it's really important because it is such a hot topic that we all learn more about that, and of course SiteTracker and our platform partners at Salesforce have a lot of training materials on how you can use AI. So I'd encourage everyone to go and absorb all of that information. But by the same token, a project manager's got a very tough job without becoming an AI expert, right? And so
this is exactly what we want to avoid. We want our project management be experts on the project side and give them all the possibility to implement the project on time and within the budget without reducing our margin. And in the background, people like me and my team are very happy to become these AI experts and provide all the tools in a very natural way to our end users just to accomplish their work. Because working in Salesforce, it's only the part of their daily job, and it shouldn't be the main and most struggled part of their daily work.
No, absolutely. And for me, it's also about bringing experiences to your team where they're at. So we spoke about rainy days, in my case in Belgium a couple of weeks ago, with an iPad in the field and mobile devices. I'm curious as to how mobile experiences are going to play a role at BayWa over the coming year or so.
It is one of the main tools our field team, our project managers, our engineers, our construction managers are using on the site, because we don't want them start using a paper and later on bring it back to the office and try typing it in the system. Of course, we are able to avoid it were able to avoid it in the past with giving them the iPad where they can type the things into the Excel offline. But now we are going to the next step and providing them the option to work within the cloud during their work on site. Of course, it's highly dependent on intranet, but there is always the way how you can work offline within the system. And once you already have a mobile internet connection or secure mobile internet connections, or you are in the Wi-Fi, all the data you already typed into the system will be appearing within the cloud and will be made visible for other agents who are also working within the system and relying on this data.
That's great. And let's give the audience maybe a couple minutes to bring in some questions now. We certainly want to invite your questions, and Elena's got tons of expertise to share. I'm not bad. I can share a bit of expertise every now and again. But while we wait for those questions, Elena, maybe 2 or 3 key learnings from implementing SiteTracker and digital tools in your workflow. What advice would you give to anyone who's in the audience who hasn't implemented the latest and greatest in what's available in the marketplace?
Speaking about the SiteTracker, I can make sure that we, in our experience in the past, we got a great support from the SiteTracker, not only as a product provider, but also as an implementation partner. During our search phase, before we pick up SiteTracker as a partner and as a product, we have faced always the situation that we had a great product provider, but it always was a third party who were responsible for implementation of this project. If you are okay with this this concept, go ahead. We were not really really secure, sure that the third-party provider is really knowledgeable about our business. Of course, you can implement the tools for consulting companies and other companies who are working with the project plans and so on. But in our case, we are coming from a very specific industry, and we're coming from construction business, and having the partner on our side already in the implementation phase, being able to understand our needs, and what is more important, to come up with know-how and advise us how we can implement our business needs without forcing us start understanding the technical aspect of the system in the very small details to understand how we can implement our business needs within the system. Right. This is probably the first aspect I will always advise people to pay attention on. And the second, also very big thing you always have to be aware, it's a management motivation, not a management appeal. Hey, we need a new system just because all other using the system. The intrinsic management motivation to have something in the in-house that helps you to solve your business problems. Right. Not the technical, because technique is always in the background. But once the users, the managers, the project managers see how the system can support them in daily business, then they will be happy. And
absolutely.
Business commitment. Sorry for interrupting. Business commitment and business motivation, or business the top management commitment, top management motivation, to keep everybody else being motivated during the implementation, during the phase, and also forcing the people using the system in the very beginning and later on, is also a key element for success, not only for implementing, but also for using the system later on.
And there you have it, everyone. I think for us at Site Tracker, we love partnering with BayWa Power Solutions. They are a first-class example of how you can use digital transformation, digital tools such as Site Tracker, to be able to manage the rollout of critical infrastructure, right from conception to deployment, to operation and maintenance and asset management. And Elena, I wanted to thank you, and I wanted to thank our hosts as well at Smart Energy International for joining us today. It's been great chatting to you.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure for me to be part of this conversation.
Thank you, Michael and Elena, for a very interesting session today. And on behalf of Site Tracker and Smart Energy International, we want to thank all of you for joining us. We really do appreciate your time. And if you are watching this on demand and have any questions for our speakers, or you'd just like to share your feedback on future topics to be discussed, I encourage you to reach out to us on LinkedIn. Take care and see you soon.